So you guys gave the last video 1000 likes, so we'll continue the series on what if the Omnitrix never recalibrated. A rogue mystery Pyronite mutant upsets a peaceful cornfield out in the countryside. He gets captured by the authorities and has his plumber's badge removed, and is then thrown into a jail cell of below 0 degrees. Meanwhile, the Alien Force trio drive back to their homes when a loud beeping goes off in Kevin's jacket. It's his plumber badge, and it's beeping towards a specific location. The gang decide to take a detour and go straight ahead to the location of the beeping. On the other hand, this rogue Pyronite named Alan Albright escapes, and the gang only arrives early enough to see the metal wall that was melted like butter. Alan gets cornered by the police, but he goes supernova to protect himself, knocking them all out. He didn't mean to hurt them, but that doesn't matter as the Alien Force trio arrive and that scene doesn't look pleasant. Kevin jeers Ben on to take on Alan, absorbing the rocky ground and charging down this juvenile pyrotechnician. Alan gets frustrated and flies away, blowing away Kevin with his heat. Ben begins to panic as Gwen shouts, "Ben! He's getting away!" Ben tells them, "I'm on it!" and he flips the dial to Stinkfly, but he ends up becoming Spitter instead. Ben decides to roll with the punches and he spews slime projectiles at Alan as best as he can, while Alan quickly dodges, weaving left and right easily. A stray blast hits Alan, suffocating his flames as he begins crashing down to the ground. Ben shifts the Omnitrix dial, becoming Accelerate, and he jets over to where Alan landed. He stops abruptly and asks Alan, "I know you were being chased by an old man in a Hawaiian t-shirt. Where is he?" Alan gets to his feet quickly and tells Ben that he doesn't know anything that he's talking about. Ben times out and he shouts at Alan, "Where's my grandpa?" But suddenly, they're stormed by the entire police force. They run off immediately and the police give chase. Kevin intervenes with his car, drawing their attention away from Ben and Alan, enabling them to both escape. They hide in an abandoned building and they begin their own dialogue, where Ben finds out that Alan is not responsible for any of his accused crimes. They warm up to each other when Kevin and Gwen finally arrive. Alan surprisingly remembers something. He goes over to a corner and tells them that he saw this weird thing in the air before he was shot down by a wad of green goo. The gang each remark that it's odd, and they go further up into the air to investigate. It turns out that Gwen's guess was right, and that the object that Alan described was actually in the shape of a circuit board, and to the looks of it, one that's still being worked on. They get in closer to investigate when suddenly a large high-rise tower erupts out of the ground. The air falls cold as the team deduce that it is a weather machine that is making the place cold artificially, and Ben makes it known that they have to take it down. Sirens break the conversation as the police arrive on the scene, accusing Alan and the Alien Force trio as the culprits of the weather tower. But suddenly, two officers are abruptly frozen by large, strange blue rays. The team defends against them, and Ben decides to go on the offensive, transforming into Eye Guy. He shoots strong laser pulses at them as an all-out brawl ensues. Ben gets in close, blowing away one of the mystery men, and Kevin and the police officers follow up, taking down the remainders. Ben goes ham on one of them, violating him with beams until his mask flies off, revealing that it was a DNA alien. Ben takes him down as the last of this gang of weather manipulators, and he explains to the crew that a part of their nefarious plan is to make the earth cold. The gang drop their guards when bam! Ben is shot, and so are the rest of the crew, as they are all turned into sculptures, leaving Alan the only one remaining. Alan is finally shot, but we realize that he is immune. However, what he isn't immune to is being in the wrong neighborhood, as he is about to get at the jumping of a lifetime. Ben starts to emit a green flame, freeing himself from the frosty prison, and he makes a killer jump into the air, raining down a barrage of lasers, taking out the remaining DNA aliens and saving Alan. Ben tells Alan his plan to take down the Tower of Ice, and they make their move. As Ben transforms into four arms, they both charge the tower. Alan takes down the aliens at the top, and Ben takes down the aliens at the bottom floor. He then grabs on to the foot of the tower with all his might, ripping it out of the ground and toppling it over. Both then return to free the sheriff and the rest of the team. Explaining the situation, Alan is met with open arms and acceptance, and tells Ben anytime he needs help, he should just call, setting us up with another ally for Team Alien Force. Thanks for watching. Comment your favorite part of this episode, and let's get this video to another 1,000 likes. Subscribe.